You're already eating healthy, you're exercising and working out every week, so why don't you look like it? In this video, I'm going over the 6 most common reasons why this might be the case and why you're putting in the work on paper and doing all the right things, but it's not showing in your body composition. Because trust me, I know it can be incredibly frustrating to be putting in the time and the effort and feel like you're not getting the results in return. And if you're new here, my name is Jesse Rosenthal and I'm an online fitness coach for men. I coach men from all over the world, and I really hope this video helps you determine what you need to focus on and which one of these mistakes you might be making, or maybe it's several of them, and that's fine too. At least you'll be able to pinpoint it after this video. And if you end up liking the video, subscribe because I make new ones just like this every single week. Reason number 1 why you're eating healthy, you're working out, but you don't look like it is that you're eating more food than you realize. By the way, even if it's pretty healthy foods, we already determined that you're somebody who's probably eating healthy most of the time, but it's still very possible and likely that you're eating more than you realize even through healthy foods, because there are some healthy foods and meals out there that happen to be pretty high calorie options. Almond butter and peanut butter, olive oil, even some salads. If you go to a restaurant, restaurants have salads that are like 1,800 calories. I think more than half of the Cheesecake Factory salads are over 1,000 calories. So it's not even like unrealistic to get a salad that's very high calorie. So maybe you're going out to eat and not realizing that some of the meals you're getting, although they are healthy foods, they might be on the higher end calorie wise. Or you might be eating really healthy and really reasonable calorie meals throughout the day, and then at night you might be snacking on nuts, trail mix, or junk food, even ice cream, chips, things while you're watching TV or after dinner later at night, and that's pushing you out of a calorie deficit, and that's adding 1,200 calories to your day. My point is, there's something that you're not realizing. There's some sort of hidden calories there throughout your week at some point that's making you eat more than you realize. And building off of number 1 is number 2, which is binging on the weekends. You might be eating super strict during the week, but maybe on the weekend it looks very different. Maybe you're going out to eat 2 or 3 times on Saturday, 2 or 3 times on Sunday. Maybe Friday night you're eating out and you're having multiple drinks on these days. One drink isn't gonna kill you, but even if you have just 2 or 3 drinks on Friday and Saturday, we're talking about between 500 and 1,000 calories probably just from drinking. And by the way, when we drink alcohol, we generally end up eating more food in addition to that. You might be getting noticeably less sleep on the weekends too. So even if you feel like most of the time you're being consistent, which is Monday through Friday, the truth is you might actually be consistent Monday through Thursday, where Friday, Saturday, and Sunday you're going very much overboard. And that's not being consistent like 80% of the time. I've seen so many times people say I'm consistent 80% of the time, and when you look at what they're really doing, they're consistent like 40 or 50% of the time, which I'm sorry, that's not gonna cut it. If you are struggling to see results, you're not being consistent 80% of the time. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's like 42% of your week. So even if you're super strict Monday through Thursday, being consistent like 60% of the time and then going very much overboard on the weekend, having that day and night experience from weekday to weekend just isn't gonna cut it. Number 3 is that you're not eating in a calculated way by tracking your macros to improve your body composition very predictably. But rather, you're looking at food as in one of 2 buckets. It's either healthy or it's unhealthy. But as we already went over in reason number 1, a food can be healthy and you can overeat it very easily, and it cannot benefit the goal of looking like you work out and having a better body composition. So what most people do is this: they try to eat healthy foods and essentially hope and pray that it leads to the results that they want. But hoping and praying, I'm sorry, it's not a good approach. It's not a good strategy. If you take a more calculated approach to eating, results can be way more predictable. If you know exactly how much protein you're eating in a day, how many carbs, how many fats, we can very predictably and realistically bring down your body fat percentage and help you maintain muscle mass while you're losing body fat. Because the composition of the calories that you're eating, the proteins, carbs, and fats, impact your body composition more than anything else. And by the way, that's my bread and butter as a fitness coach and a former men's physique competitor, helping you use macros to not only eat in a sustainable and lifestyle-based way that doesn't suck ass, so that you can still include foods that you like in your life, but taking that calculated approach to eating so that we can get you leaner and more defined and build the best body composition you're capable of. Number 4 is that you're going through the motions in your workouts. So I'll say this, if you're not strength training, that itself is the reason why you don't look like you work out, because you don't actually do any strength training, you're just doing cardio. But for those of you who are working out and doing some strength training, you very well likely may be just going through the motions, even if you have a plan. And what I mean by going through the motions is that you're not challenging yourself enough in your sets. So you're not using a challenging enough weight, or you're not pushing to enough reps to the point where it's a little bit out of your comfort zone and it's, getting harder and more difficult. An example I like to use is if you're in the gym doing your set of bench press or whatever you're doing, and I walk up to you in the gym and offer you $1,000, and I challenge you and I say, hey, if you were about to do 10 reps like you always do, try to do 20 reps with that same weight, and if you can do it, I'll give you this $1,000. If with a little bit of incentive, you're able to do twice the amount of reps with the same weight, that's a perfect example of you just not training hard enough, not making it challenging enough, not going out of your comfort zone enough in your workouts really to make a difference. And another thing to make you aware of if you're doing this or not, if you're not any stronger today than you were 6 months ago, I'm willing to bet that you're not making much progress. Not to say that every single exercise you have to be stronger at, that of course isn't realistic, but if there's no progress made in the reps or the weight in anything you're doing in your workouts across the board, you're probably not seeing any results. Number 5 is that you're not getting enough quality sleep. And this one is so overlooked, especially by men who are very much in grind mode, who are into their careers, who are working long hours, who are stressed, who have families, of course, and sleep is often overlooked. So you might be doing all the right things on paper, doing 4 or 5 workouts a week, doing cardio, eating healthy, getting in 10,000 steps. But if you're sleeping only 4 hours a night or 5 hours a night, that is 100% going to impact your results. And let me explain why. Sleep is one of the few areas that impacts every other area of your life. It's going to impact your hormones. It's going to impact your hunger levels. People who get in less sleep than they need are often hungrier and have less control around food and have higher food cravings than someone who gets in a good amount of sleep. Of course, a lack of sleep is going to impact your energy levels, your productivity, and your mood, and your recovery. So if you're doing everything else right on paper, but you're still not making much progress, have a look at your sleep and see if it's something that can be improved. And I totally get there are some people out there, I have many clients actually right now with, newborn babies or babies who are a year old or less, and it's adjusting to that new life as a parent where you're getting less sleep. So of course, part of being a parent and then having a young child is functioning on not as much sleep as you're used to. But this is more geared towards the people who can do something about it, right? If you're just watching TV until 1 a.m. or you're just scrolling on your phone until midnight rather than going to sleep at a reasonable time, I'm talking to you. Number 6 is running yourself into the ground with cardio only to get burnt out. So listen very carefully. This might be you if you are running or doing some form of cardio many times a week simply with the mindset of doing it to lose weight or to burn calories, and not because you just simply love that activity. If you're doing hours and hours of running a week and you hate running and you're just doing it to try to burn off the pizza you ate yesterday or try to do it to try to lose weight, you're already in the wrong mindset. You're already going to get burnt out. Trust me, I've seen this so many times. This is not the mindset that's going to lead to long-term success. There's nothing wrong with running. There's nothing wrong with cycling. There's nothing wrong with any other type of cardio. Do it because you enjoy it, or do it because it's helpful for strengthening your heart. It's good for heart health and longevity, but don't do endless hours of it on a weekly basis if you hate it. And it's interesting because this often backfires for people who are doing all this cardio with the mindset of losing weight. It backfires because they're doing so much higher intensity activity or high impact activity that they're so much hungrier than the average person. So they're battling this constant hunger, which is really going against the grain of what's beneficial for someone who's trying to lose weight. If you're hungry all the time and you're someone who's trying to lose weight, I'm not betting money that you're gonna win that game. There are ways to be in a calorie deficit that don't require being starving all the time. But this group of people, maybe it's you, maybe it's not, but this group of people who's doing insane amounts of cardio, it's often the type of person as well who is afraid to eat more food so that they're fueled properly. So again, do cardio because it's good for your heart. It's good for longevity. Definitely try to live an active life. Try to get to 8,000 steps a day, 10,000 steps a day or more. But you don't need to run yourself into the ground with cardio every single day just to lose weight. So here's the truth, guys. If you are eating healthy, if you are working out weekly, if you're doing cardio, but you're not happy with the body that you're in or the results that you're seeing from it, the fact of the matter for most of you is that your body fat percentage is just too high to look like you're fit or look like you work out. So that's the good news. We just have to reduce your body fat percentage a little bit and you'll start to see more definition, more vascularity, you'll look more fit. And if you want to do that predictably and you value from this video, check out this other video I have in the corner here. It's about 15 fat loss truths that I wish I knew 10 years ago, which honestly would have really made a difference in me getting ahead in my fitness and seeing better results earlier on in my journey. And it would have saved me years of trying to figure things out and trial and error. So I'll catch you over there, and thank you so much for watching. Catch you on the next video.